Today I'm going to do something different. I'm going to give you an overview of WebPlus X5, Serif's latest web design app that's available on May 16, 2011. I'll mainly just look at the new features, and then maybe sometime in the future I'll do an in-depth review and compare it to some of its competitors. So this is what the packaging looks like. They've stuck with a green theme. On the back they've just got some pictures of some I guess templates and just some text. In terms of specification of computer required to run it, it's quite modest, Pentium class or equivalent CPU. In other words, either an Intel or an AMD. It will run a Windows XP, Vista, Windows 7, needs 512 megs of RAM, 340 megabyte hard drive, and at least 1024 by 768 display. What I did find odd is that they've put internet account and access required for publishing under optional, and even then under the fourth one down, printer, scanner and camera came first under optional. And even though it's obvious, I would like to have seen that in the system requirements, or at least as a first optional item. Inside you have three panels: getting started, register, and then the CD itself. So let's put the CD in and see what it looks like. So I've installed WebPlus X5 and I've launched it, and I've come to the startup wizard, and it's pretty much the same as it was in previous versions. You've got your create section, which allows you to start a new site or use the design templates. You've got open, which normally has your most recent set of files. Now layout, navbars and scheme, they were there when I installed the application. Green glow is one of my own, and I'll get to that towards the end. And then you've got the learn section, where you've got the videos denoted by the play button, and as you scroll down you've then got other help, which is just PDF files. At the bottom you've got support, the user guide and the forums link. The only new thing here is the get more section. You've got a link to download free stuff and visit the template store. At the moment they're not online until it says the 16th of May, but I assume it's just going to be like the Page Plus template store, where you'll be able to get free templates, free navigation bars, and you'll probably be able to buy some premium versions. At the bottom you've got the don't show this wizard again, in case you don't like these sort of screens, and just go to file and then select your recently used website. You've also got choose workspace, which is basically which layout you want once you start working with it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to open up one of the design templates, and I'm just going to go through some of the key new features that are in WebPlus X5. So I'll be cutting from one thing to another thing. So I'm going to click use design template, and then as in previous versions you've got some design templates that you can choose from. There are 20 included, and newly there are get more templates, which I just spoke about. So I'm just going to choose the Vivamus one, which I think was available in WebPlus X4 as well. There are some new ones here. I've just not had time to play about with all of them. The first thing that you notice in WebPlus X5 is that it's lost its blue color scheme and it's now silver, and I think that's much better. It looked a bit play when it was blue, but silver looks more professional. The second thing you'll notice is as soon as you start hovering your mouse over, there's this blue border box around every object on the page, and that makes selection much easier. I did instantly think, well, what happens if you have a lot of complex objects one on top of the other? How will it react? And then I realized that it's now got a new panel on the side called objects, and it works pretty much like layers in photo editing, except you can just select your object just by clicking on it. So if you do have something like here where you've got two very close objects, you'll be able to choose the exact one that you want. So that's really good. And I've noticed that different objects have different borders around them when you select them. So I think this is really good improvement by Serif. It makes editing much easier, and it's actually something that we're starting to see in other applications as well. The next thing that I noticed that you could do, and this was purely by accident, is that you can actually now drag the page size, which is really good. So no longer having to go into Site Manager and then putting numbers in, you can just drag it to whatever size you want, and that does take some of the guesswork out. One of the first things I do when I design a new website is to go to File and then Site Properties, and instantly you notice that they've now got rid of the tabs at the top, and instead you've got a tree hierarchy to the left. You've still got virtually all of the features and all of the sections were previously there, and a few more new ones, like you've now got a favorite icon section, which used to just be in a tab within the old system, but this is much better because a lot of people didn't know where the favorite icons section was and how to add your own favorites icon. You've also got a lightbox section, which I'll explain a little bit more about in a moment, and you've also got some new features within each section. So for example, here you can actually choose what the color of the hyperlinks and the hyperlink states will be. They've also decided to go with the tree hierarchy for the page properties as well, and I think this is quite a good move. At the heart of every website is a navigation menu, and according to Serif, they've improved the navigation menu designer in WebPlus X5. Now you can either get to that if you're installing a new navigation menu from the toolbar. You can use the Insert Navigation menu, or if you've got an existing website, just going to zoom in here. If you hover over a navigation bar on any page in the website and you click on it, you now have these two icons, and there's one that says Edit on Master Page. So once you click that, if that object is on the master page, it will take you to the master page and that object. So now we're actually on the master page since everything else is gone, and to edit this I just now double click it. We now get to the navigation menu designer. I'm just going to start here at type, and to be honest, you've got a whole range of new options and new designs. It seems to be completely overhauled. There are pretty much more options than you're going to be able to manage, which I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but you've got different sections and you can then go and you can customize those even further. So you've got, say for example, block types, then you've got graphic types, you've got highlights, JavaScript, which seems to be pretty much what was in the old version. You've got the speech. I thought this was going to talk, but no, it's just speech bubble look. And you've got some standard ones. They all pretty much look very nice, I have to say. And you've got tabs. The only difference is that it doesn't tell you if they're Flash or if they're JavaScript unless you click on the JavaScript one. Once you choose which one you want, you can then go to navigation type, and as in the previous versions, you can decide the level at which they start and how far they will go. And then on appearance, you can really customize the look and the feel of the menu. You can even change these individually by clicking here, and you'll go to the button design studio, which I'll talk about a little bit later. You can literally change every single aspect of the navigation bar. And the pop-up menus, again, if it's got a sub menu, then you can change that here. If you choose a different type of menu, you get that old customization option. So let me just choose this one. Then you get the style menu, which you may be more familiar with from X4. So a lot of new and a lot of great changes here, and to be honest, it really did need those changes. And I know there aren't as many jazzy type menu bars, but the ones that they've done are really good. Another of the new features within WebPlus X5 is the button design studio, which means that you can design your own buttons. You don't have to use the normal Windows based ones. So for example, let's just delete this one. From the menu bar, I'm just going to click insert button, And I can give it a label, and I can determine what I want it to do. So if I want it to be a hyperlink, I just click edit, and that will bring up the hyperlink box. In this case I want it to be submit form, so I just click that, and from the drop down I can choose any of the pre-defined buttons, and these are all the same ones from within the menu designer, so I can choose any of those. I can also use this edit the button design in the button studio to customize a button here and both within the menu designer as well. I'm just going to click that. So you get a complete entire design studio. You get some tools on the left side, mainly the quick shape tools. You get a how-to panel as well. I'm just going to close that for now. And you basically get several different states that a button can be in, and the option to define how those look. So I'm just going to quickly draw a quick shape. I'm just going to make it blue. So that now applies to the normal, the menu right, and the menu below. For the hover, I'm going to double click that, and I'm going to draw another quick shape, and I'm just going to make it red. And once you've done that, you can just commit changes. It'll take you back here, you just click OK, and then you paste that button in. So that's really good. I'm just going to preview that for you. And there's a new button, and when you hover over it, you've got the red version as well. So that's a fantastic new feature within WebPlus X5. So one of the features that I was quite interested to see the implementation of was the lightbox. Now if you've never used a lightbox, it's simply when you click on a picture and you see an enlarged picture and the background sort of goes a bit black. So let's try to put one in now. So we've got an empty picture frame, so I'm just going to click on it and hit replace picture, and I'm just going to choose this one and click open. Now that's just a normal picture. To engage the lightbox, you right click, hyperlink, and there's now a new one called picture, and then from the target window or frame you choose the lightbox. You can select lightbox options, and you can just put in the slideshow name and some caption text if you want, and it will also tell you that you can change some of the properties and some of the options from the file site properties of the lightbox, which is what I just showed you a moment ago. I'm just going to click OK and see if I can get that going. I'm just going to preview the website, and there's a picture, and I've got the hand to indicate I can click on it, and up pops the lightbox. I can just close that as well. So that was pretty quick and pretty neat. So a new feature that's in WebPlus X5 that's never been in a previous version is the ability to have panels. So these are basically boxes that can either float or stay in a static position on a web page. So let me give you a quick example of one. I'm going to go to the master page, and from the menu I'm going to choose insert panel, and it will have its name. You can choose its background, but I'll just go with the default. For position, I want it to be on the left hand side and in the middle. So I'm going to use those settings and click OK. I'm just going to draw it to the left, and this is basically where it will be when the web page is displayed, and I'm just going to move the icons in. So everything within the panel will become effectively part of that panel and will be in the position that you've defined. So I'm now just going to preview that, and as you can see, you've now got them to the left, and even as I scroll through the website they will be to the left, and you can assign hyperlinks to them, and if you want you can have it linked to another page and then have that appear in a lightbox. So in this example, when I click contact, a contact form will appear in a lightbox. So that's a really new feature that's not been in any previous version. One of the most exciting features in X5 is that it's actually got a PayPal mini cart, so that you can continue adding products and you don't have to actually click and go somewhere else to view your cart. You can just see it on screen. So I'll show you first how to configure that. So from the toolbar you click configure e-commerce. You need to choose PayPal. It doesn't work for the others. You put in your PayPal merchant ID. That's fake, by the way. you click next, and then this is the options for the mini cart, and you can position the overlay and the offset and all the things that you want from here, including the text, and you just click finish. Once you do that, you just add your products as normal and make sure that they add to cart. Now I'm just going to preview it to show you. So here's the site. We go to products. Here are the 3 products. You click add to cart and up it pops. You can see it's got the name of the product and the amount. You can continue to add another product, and these can be on different pages and it's fine. And then once you click away, it will just hide itself at the top or wherever you asked for it to go to. Once you're ready to check out, you just click the checkout button and it will take you to the standard PayPal checkout. So the last thing I'm going to do is see how a WebPlus X4 file opens up in WebPlus X5. So from the start up wizard, you can see I had a green glow ready to go. I'm just going to click on that, and it's just a file from the iPlus 360 store, and you can see it's quite extensive. The menu bar has been customized. It's got a Nevo slider, you've got pictures, you've got a contact form, you've got things attached to the bottom. I'm just going to preview that and see how that actually comes up. Okay, so here we go. As you can see, it looks perfectly fine. Nothing seems to be out of place. Even the third-party Nevo slider is working fine. All the icons are in place, the form's there, and it still works, even with the custom code. If I click on contact, I go to the contact form, the Google Maps there. Let's just check services. Yep, it's all there. Let me just click on that. Oh, and this is slightly different. It's used the newer version of the Lightbox, which is fine. Other than that, yep, it's open a fine file. Of course, your mileage may vary. Yours might have some small issues with placement or something like that, but I haven't had a problem with it, so that's fine.